All right, guys, it's crunch time here on The Jump. The Jazz have made at least 15 threes in 11 straight games. That is a new NBA record. Brian, can the Jazz continue the hot shooting tonight against the Hawks, though?
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the things that was just defined their season so far, is they've become the best three-point shooting team in the league. It has fueled their top offense and top defense, and is something that they're really relying on now. And it's not just the notable guys like Royce O'Neal and Bogdanovic have done so well. This is going to be huge for them going forward.
This shooting gets contagious. You know, when you get on a team and everyone's hitting big shots, not just your star guys, it gets contagious. This team's going to be a very tough out. I don't see Atlanta stopping their hot shooting tonight, but this is going to be a tough out come playoff time. But could this be somewhere that Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal possibly land?
Wow. Boom. Matt Barnes, NBA insider. All right, Dallas Mavericks snapping their 6-game losing streak by beating the Hawks last night. They play the the Warriors tonight. This will be the first of 2 games because they're also going to be our ABC Saturday primetime game. So, Matt, do you trust Dallas to keep the momentum going tonight? It's a very quick turnaround for them with travel.
Yeah, like I said, they're still trying to find their footing. You know, they've struggled this year with a lot of high expectations. They haven't necessarily lived up to those. I'm interested to see when they start finding their footing. They're not too far out of the 8th spot right now, so we'll see.
So a big thing for tonight, Porzingis is going to play in the back-to-back for the first time, and the Warriors have no centers. No Kevon Looney, no James Wiseman due to injury. You would think that the Dallas Mavs would be able to take advantage of that.
Well, we will see. All right, guys, I want to move over to the Blazers because they have ruled out Dame Lillard, Derek Jones, Jr., Nasir Little tonight. Sorry, I thought Jr. was going to be someone else, and that's confusing. C.J. McCollum, Yusuf Nurkic, Zach Collins, of course, already out with various injuries. The whole point is this leaves Portland with 9 available players tonight. Brian, are they in trouble tonight in Philly? This is tough.
Well, it's not like they're playing the great team. It's, should be an easy win either way, right? I
mean, sure, no problem.
This looks like a white flag game to me if I've ever seen one. This looks just take your loss and move on. Don't get anybody else hurt.
You should be able to just, when in situations like this, you should be able to just say, you guys got this one, we'll see you next time.
Take the L. We're good. And Portland, by the way, our Kevin Pelton pointing out earlier today that Portland already had a reduced roster. They were carrying the smallest roster in the league because of certain personnel decisions they've made. So this hits them even harder than a normal team. All right, guys, I want to get to All-Star because the first round of fan voting was released today. Let's take a closer look. Beginning in the Eastern Conference, the fans are voting for Kyrie and Bradley Beal to start in the backcourt. In the front court, the fans are currently going with KD, Giannis, and Joel Embiid to start. KD leads all players in voting, by the way. Like, he never missed a beat, guys. Now let's move over to the West. Right now, the fans are picking Luka and Steph to start in the backcourt to go along with LeBron, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi in the front court. 2 interesting things to note here. First of all, LeBron leads all Western Conference players in voting. And Klay Thompson, guys, 10th among West guards, 99,000 votes, despite not playing in a single game in the last 2 seasons. I guess this shows how much Warriors fans love Klay. Everyone loves Klay. Let's not kid ourselves. Matt, first of all, the talent in the league right now is just absurd, which makes all-star voting kind of fun and interesting. Yes. For years, the Western Conference has been so much tougher, right? A much tougher ticket to make the all-star team. Is that still true, or is the East actually tougher this year? What do you think?
I think it's much more balanced this year, to be honest with you. I mean, it's very top-heavy, but, everyone you listed on your list, I saw your Instagram post today. I mean, everyone is deserving. I think what's going to come down is going to be tough on media and coaches because obviously the popular vote is going to get in, but there's tons of guys like Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, guys that continue to get looked over that puts pressure on you guys and the coaches to get these guys in the game.
So the Eastern Conference is going to be some disappointed folks because if you look at it, there's just more good players than there are spots. Zach LaVine is deserving, but I think he's going to be on the outside looking in. Julius Randle, same way. Gordon Hayward, same way. Colin Sexton, same way. It's just not going to work. I am glad, though, that Bradley Beal is leading all guards and by a healthy margin. After last year, in my view, he was snubbed. The fans are putting Bradley Beal into the game. He's got a 200,000 vote lead over Kyrie for the top guard spot. I don't know if that'll hold. I don't know if Harden will overtake him. But Bradley Beal's getting in the game this year. But some of those guys in the East, and I'm leaving Jimmy Butler out because of he's been away. Even with Jimmy Butler probably being out, it's too tight in the East. There's going to be a lot of snubs.
Yeah, I mean, that race on the East side is tight for the forwards front court center position. And then the West, too, Matt. You mentioned the fans versus the media, players, coaches. Again, the breakdown is fans vote for 50% in terms of who starts. Players actually vote for 25%. Media votes for 25%. And then the coaches pick the reserves. In the West, Matt, right now, Nikola Jokic is starting and Anthony Davis would be on the bench. How would you vote in that race if you were voting right now?
That's tough. I mean, AD is obviously great, but so is Jokic. But I would obviously give AD the edge, me personally, plus they're just coming off a championship. But, you know, it's tough. You know, like Brian said, it's loaded on both sides. And, you know, the games have been great of late. So I'm excited to see what this All-Star game is going to bring us.
Brian, where do you see the West shaking out in terms of that top front court?
Yeah, Nikola Jokic deserves to be the starter. I hope he is. No offense to AD.
Well, we will see. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.